I remember this true story of two young men who used to go to California, University of Southern California, and during the summer they decided to go on a summer break and visit India. And both of them went to India, and they put their backpack on, the cut-off jeans, and they, saving up money to go to India, and they went to Bombay and Calcutta on these trains. I mean, these two young guys out of college, and they spent the whole summer in India. And they were riding all through those cities. They saw millions of poor people sleeping in the streets in mud and under cardboard boxes. I mean, in India it was filthy, and these guys were overwhelmed. And one morning they were living in a hostel, and the guy opened the window, looked out on the porch, the second floor, and he saw, as far as his eyes can see, Indians in poverty. Barefooted, bareback, kids with no clothes on, living in the mud, flies crawling all over the people. They were sleeping under boxes and tin and under the bridges. And the guy was so overwhelmed with it. He says, man, he started crying. He says, gosh, man, look at the poor people. And they don't have any shoes on, no clothes, man. And his buddy came to the window. He said, yeah, man, wow, what a shoe business. And that's all he said. They went back home, went back to college. They were both in the same class. They were both studying accounts and administration. And one of the guys sat in the class, and for a whole 2 weeks he couldn't get the picture of his mind. He saw all those bare feet, and he started sketching on a piece of paper in the class a pair of shoes, and he designed a pair of shoes sitting in the class. And he became so possessed by the idea, he decided to leave school and go and develop the shoe. And his friend says, are you crazy? You better stay in school, get a job, so you can, make some money and make a living. The guy says, no, man, I got this idea. I see this thing, man. I see we could provide shoes for those people. And he got a designer to design the shoe for him. He made a prototype. He was able to get it tested, and the company that made the prototype said that they could produce a shoe for 15 cents. Plastic shoe. So he went to his friend, his brother's friend. He says, look, you got some money. I'd like for you to invest in this idea I got. I want to sell shoes to India. The guy said, you got a market? He said, man, I got millions of people. I got a big market in India. He said, we could sell this shoe. We can make it 15 cents. We could sell it for 50 cents. And we can ship it over there, and we can get this shoe business going. And the guy believed in this idea. Everybody say idea. Say it again, idea. The guy saw this vision. Within 12 months, they were producing over 3 million pairs of shoes, shipping it over to India, selling them for 50 cents, 55 cents. The guy became a multi-millionaire in 1 year. Never went back to school. When the guy graduated the following year, his friend, he hired him to count his money as an accountant. The guy who started the business, his name was Tom, last name McCann. I wear shoes all the time. He got stores in all the malls, all over America, Tom McCann. The guy saw the people. Now, here's the key. Don't miss the key. Both men saw the same thing. One became rich, the other employed. But they saw the same thing. One saw bare feet, another saw a shoe business. This is a good time to study the Bahamas or America or England, wherever you live. You need to go back home and study and ask God to show you the businesses. This is a time to see beyond your eyes. There's never a time when there's no business going on. Write this down. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. You are carrying something so awesome, and it's God's idea, and it's bigger than anything you could get an education for. Study your environment, and you will see that there is no crisis. There is only opportunity, opportunity, opportunity. That guy looked at bare feet and saw an opportunity. Don't sit around looking for a job. Create your own job. Don't sit around waiting for someone to employ you, waiting for the government to find some project. You need to start looking at bare feet and see a shoe business. I discovered something about life, and this thought hit me yesterday hard. God said this to me yesterday. He said, son, human needs never change. Study human needs. No matter what the environment is, human need water, they need food, they need clothing, they need security, they need protection, they need preservation. No matter what happens, they need some things. They say that when the economy falls apart, 3 people always have a job. 1, the medical field. 2, the counselors, whoever that is. And 3, the undertaker. Always got a job. So if you're an IT specialist, we might need you right now. So you better start looking at bare feet and see shoe businesses. There ain't no lack of employment in our country. There's lack of sight. Listen to me. Hog Island was always Paradise Island. Now, repeat after me. Whatever you call a thing, that's what it is. Someone came to our country and changed the name. We lived with it. Our government called it Hog Island, so we call it Hog Island too. And on the map in the Bible say Hog Island. I said they put on the map, they put it Hog Island. Another guy came, says, I don't like the name, let's put it Paradise Island. And now it's Paradise Island. See, what do you see when you look around you? Stop waiting for a job, create your own job. There ain't no crisis of economy, there's crisis of vision. But you know what? Our pride is so deep. We always want a sophisticated job. Wearing a uniform, wearing a suit. And God says, no, go bake cookies. I'm going to give you a global cookies business, but they're going to start in your back trunk. Go bake some cookies. People got to eat. And I got an idea, you know. Develop a Bahamian nutritional cookie. You eat one of them, you don't need to eat anything else. You're laughing? You're laughing? You need to go and study. Put vitamin C in it, vitamin A in it, vitamin D in it, vitamin N, and you get this cookie and call it Bahama Booba or something, you know? Eat this cookie. Give your child this cookie. You put, you know, little oats and thing in it. Same thing you put in cornflakes. In other words, you dream, you think. People gotta eat. Do you know they say that McDonald's and Burger King this past month, their profits are up 1/4. Why? Because people ain't going to no 5-star restaurant. They can't afford it. They're going to get themselves one more time a Big Mac. See, some of y'all got delivered a Big Mac until now. I get it straight from a fast food. Well, I can't afford no $10,000 meal. I need a $4 meal. See? They making money because they solving a problem. Your kids want to eat. You used to go to the 5-star restaurant, take your kids over to Paradise Island, eat all that food, cost you $200. You can't do that now. You tell them you eating McDonald's today. Why? $10. In other words, look for the problems, because that's your business. People putting off doing major development in their homes now, or in their business. They're putting it off. They're delaying it. So if you are a plumber, you are an electrician, you are a contractor, you better start thinking diversity. Because when construction slows down, you can't sit around waiting for a job, something. You got to start being creative. Look at bare feet and see a shoe business. Let me close with some thoughts here. Write this down. Job versus work. This is for everybody here because this is where we at. Take this back to your country. Number 1, never confuse your work with your job. See, here's why. Number 2, your job is what you were trained to do. Your work is what you were born to do. Listen carefully. Your job is your career. They can fire you from that. But your work is your life's assignment. They can't fire you from that. Your job is your skill. You were trained for that. But your work is your gift. You were born with that. Your job you can retire from. But your work you can never retire from. Because you can't retire from yourself. Oh, do you need this message right now? They can lay you off a job, but they can't lay you off yourself. So when you leave, you take a gift with you. And wherever your gift lands, it starts to grow again. Don't allow people to control your life by you making your job equal to your work. Because you are more than your job. I love to see, you know, I passed your place the other day, down there on West Bay Street, you know, and I see the vision. We had a dance school. I'm thinking, wow, man, this is creativity. You know what the Bible says? The Bible says, work in the day, and at night, don't let your hands be idle. You have to realize that your job and your work are not the same. And your gift is bigger than your skills. This is the time to use your skills, to use your gift, to develop. This last statement, jobs prepare you for your work. You use jobs to refine your gift, so that when they release you from your job, you got a valuable gift. This is why when a person finds their gift, they have peace. I remember when Moses was fired from his job. Moses used to be a prince. That's a top executive job. He was fired and became a fugitive. He landed in the desert in Midian. Guess what Moses did? Moses decided to become a shepherd. He had another job. And in that job, he was training how to organize, lead, deal with the desert, handle to find out where the water is, where the food is for the sheep. He was using that job in preparation for his main work. Because he knew later, God knew his work would then take him from sheep to people. And instead of taking the sheep to the desert, he now had to take people to the desert. He learned the skills of the desert. His job prepared him for his real work. That's why God would release some people from their jobs. Why? He expects your gift to be developed now. You know, we got a young lady here who used to work at Atlantis. And she called her home. She probably didn't know I was listening. And she said, Pastor Myles, Pastor Ruth, you know, I was in that number. And I was thinking, this woman is one of the top pastry chefs in the world. And I'm thinking, boy, what a chance to start a pastry business. Turn your oven into a business. Undersell all the other bakeries. Get yourself a business. Use your gift and turn it around. I tell you about my cookie woman. Boy, I saw her the other day. Man, she driving a Rolls Royce now. Woman used to be making beds in a hotel. And I went to Mount Airy, what is it, Mount Airy? Pennsylvania. Thank you, darling. And I went there to speak in a conference, and the place was just like this. And she was a maid in the hotel making beds. Sitting in the crowd, place was packed. And I taught on potential. Please get those books. Please, I beg you members, get them. Because that's what got her changed. She read the books. And I spoke on potential for 3 days. At the end of the last day, the lady came to me. She said, you are speaking tomorrow morning, the last session. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, my name is so-and-so. I work in the hotel, and I'm a housekeeper. I make beds and so forth. She said, but you touched my gift today. And the next day she came and she bought me some cookies. Just gave them to me. She said, this is my gift. I went back to the hotel and bit into a cookie. I had an experience. I won't tell you how it felt. I mean, I had to take my shoes off and wiggle my toes. That cookie was amazing. I still remember the taste of that cookie. She must have had some stuff in that don't exist on earth. So that evening, the last session, I found her. I said, the lady who bought me the cookies, please come forward. And she came down the crowd. I said, madam, this is your gift. You're not a hotel worker making beds. You are a cookie maker. You need to take this gift and start serving it. And I gave her instructions. I said, number one, you start baking these cookies and give them away free to all your families and your friends. Just give it away free. It's like drugs. Give the first one free. Come on, clap, 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 clap.